Shout out to the Soul Brother #1, B Rob. I can't even cut that. That's just too funky right there. You gotta let that rock. SB 1200. Official copy. Electra, ain't too many people got that. That shit is hard. Yeah, not for sale. Not for sale. Don't ask me how I got that.
From LA.
She's really from Michigan.
Oh, right.
The Boss came out, Roxanne Shantae, Sweet Tea. Ridiculous, man.
Wow, yeah.
A lot of people don't know about this hip hop stuff, man. You know what I mean? But it gotta be in you. I just been made this shit up, man. This is years. We don't even want to go in the closets. It's vinyl, and then I got a storage unit full. Like, this is years and years of stuff, man. Cats better do their homework, man. You know what I mean? I should be rich right now, but the politics and nonsense of the music and egos, you know what I mean? But, you know, like Little Dad said, hip hop in the veins. Can't stop hip hop flowing through the veins. You know what I mean? I'm from 174, the building right across 1520 Cedric. That's Cool Herc's building, so.
Oh, you from Cool Herc's building?
No, my building is cross.
Okay.
Cool Herc's building. The back of 1535 Undercliff faces the back of 1520. So, yeah, you're right there. You know, Key 44 plus one more right up the block. I mean, I was pretty much playing it and grew up in the culture.
So you supposed to be here?
Things don't happen. They said things don't happen by mistake. You know,
Yeah. So Rob, you got some projects coming out, right? With some soundtracks and all that?
I'm about to work on a documentary, real truth and stuff about the game, man.
Okay.
That later on you're gonna see about that, putting together a couple of other events on top of that. Production coming real soon. I got production on deck, but that's the old stuff. But I got some new stuff. You know what I mean? I don't want to jump on the back of Diddy, but you know, trying to make it dance, man. Cats don't want to dance no more, but that's because the music is not motivating people. A lot of people putting out low frequency music where it only makes it do this. Low frequency, I don't want to diss nobody, but everybody is in a trance.
You think it's because of the drugs that they on? No disrespect.
Well, you just touched on a real subject, man. Drugs have played a big part on what's going on now. This is the after effect of what's going on. You know what I mean? Because of the crack era. You know what I mean? Hold on, let me turn this down so I can be clear on this.
Yeah, in the 90s, shit definitely changed.
In the words of Edo G, basshead broads are having basshead babies, but now those basshead babies are having babies. So you have a culture of cats who came through a confusion, you know what I mean, through the drug era. You know what I mean? And a lot of cats lost their way. And a lot of the good cats who was able to teach them either died in the streets or they dying behind those walls in the P-Now system. So that's one of the reasons why real crazy, numerous reasons why the music is coming out the way it is. You know, and then a lot of other people are just jumping on the bandwagon. They figured, you know, so-and-so made $1 million making this type of music. I guess I could do it too. Yeah. You know what I mean? And nobody's checking nobody no more. Because before, a lot of people always say, and I got into a good conversation with a good brother from the West Coast, and I had to really make him think. Shout out to the West Coast for real. Shout out to the Bay Area. But they was like, yo, you know, a lot of times when cats was coming out to in LA in the 90s, you know what I mean? They were like, yo, we lay out the red carpet, we show y'all so much love, but then when we give y'all our music, y'all don't play it. But during that time, New York, this is the birthplace of hip hop. So I remember even cats that came out here, you had to be nice. If you wasn't nice, cats would snatch you off the stage.
Yeah, you ain't getting the mic.
Word. Yeah. Whether you was on the turntables, and cats even on the turntables don't call out cats.
Off it.
Yeah. If you was whack on the turntables, if you was whack on the mic, cats is pushing you to the side. You know what I mean? You gotta be somewhat average. You know what I mean? And average to New York standards is good. Just like Showtime at the Apollo. Like, if you not nice,
Sandman's getting you.
Yeah, Sandman is coming. Yeah. But shout out to the West Coast. A lot of good music. Don't get me wrong. Please don't get me wrong. There's a lot of dope music that came out on the West Coast. Dope. Alcoholics. I'm a big Alcoholics and King T fan. Can't Front when Snoop and Dre and them came out. They was smashing them. Yeah. Couldn't front on them.
Ren, MC Ren.
Yeah, NWA. You know,
DJ Quick,
Hieroglyphics, Souls of Mischief. There was a lot of cats.
Yeah, it was a lot of dope music coming out on the West. Cypress Hills, Camp Front. From Dubious, dope.
Tone Loc.
Yeah, Tone Loc. I dug a lot of stuff that came out on the West Coast. I mean, and there's a lot of dope, whack stuff that came out on the West Coast. I mean, on the East Coast, where I'm like, nah, if it ain't dope, it's not dope. You know what I'm saying? I mean, everybody got different styles, but if it's dope, it's dope. You can't deny it. Just like when 50 came out. People said what they wanted to say about him, but when he first came out, you could not front on him.
He was killing it.
He was killing them. Yeah. And then when he dropped that in the club, it was a rap.
Oh, the Dre beat though, right?
Bang, bang.
Yeah, that was Dre.
But even when Wankster came out, it had that West Coast vibe, but it was dope.
Yeah.
It was dope. I mean, it still is dope. I mean, you can't. It's you know, it's still considered it's a throwback song now, but. It's dope.
You heard that Kendrick Lamar album?
Not yet.
Oh, you gotta hear that.
I only heard it once. My boy played it for me when he came over.
How you feel about
it? It was pretty good, man. I have to say, yo, big up to Kendrick. I appreciate that he's just exactly what we touching on. He's putting a more positive message out there, not focusing on the negativity. You can shine a light on it without glorifying it, which was always a big problem with hip hop. It's like, you know, there's a fine line between glorifying the violence and just exposing it and saying, you know, get off that path. And you know what I'm saying? That was the problem. A lot of it just kind of the industry, of course, that's a construct of the industry though. That's something that was intentional. You know, I'm sure we've all heard about, there was meetings or whatever and all these things where they wanted to, you know, purposefully instill negativity to destroy the community. You know, to make it harder for poor people. And you know, that's every facet of society. There's always powers that be that are trying to, you know, make it harder for people to come up and really, we see it all over New York. We were just talking about it before. Gentrification, pushing all the poor people out, trying to price them out, skyrocketing rent, everything. You know, it's just, there's all these things. You know, we facing all these obstacles and, you know, kind of in a sad way, same as it ever was. But, you know what I'm saying, it's life, man. You gotta roll with it and try to just, you know, make those opportunities happen. But, yeah, but not to deviate from the path, you asked me Kendrick's album was pretty hot. My boy played it. I gotta really give it a couple more listen throughs, but I was impressed. And just the music, the vibe of it. You know what I'm saying? It's musical. He's, you know, got Ronald Isley on it, I think.
Yeah, he got the best album out right now.
Yeah, everybody really. I gotta go
last
back
like
to it.
10, 15 years. That shit is up there.
Yeah.
He solidified himself with the greats like Nas and all of them.
A lot of cats out here, a lot of kids, because that King of New York shit, people still butthurt over that.
Right, you're right.
That was the setup. That was the trap when he said that, I feel. That was the trap. And the way this album is right now, he's a thinker. Oh, man, that's just...
Yeah, nobody's... I mean, I wouldn't say nobody, but it ain't too many people on a commercial level that's putting out music. Because there's a lot of dope music out there. It's just that people gotta look for it. Like
you gotta
Stolly.
Really,
that I believe he's still down with Maybach. Stolly, I've been rocking that joint for what 3 years straight. Dope. But a lot of the average cat, they'll just be like, oh, that's the light-skinned dude with the Rick Ross band that rolls with Maybach. But he put out a dope CD. You know what I mean? It came out Intelligent Trunk Music, but the album's called something else. But dope. He's out of Ohio. Shout out to Ohio too, Cincinnati. Shout out to Cincinnati as well. You know, a lot of good people out there. But Stolly is dope. Dope. Real dope. I
ain't never checked that. I'm gonna peep that.
I think I got it over there somewhere, because, you know, when I jump up in the hoopty, you know what I mean, or when I'm out of town rolling around in the rental, you know,
checking new music.
That's in heavy rotation. Master Ace put out a real dope album. that a lot of people slept on.
Oh, is that Disposable Arts? Ooh,
no, that's
after. Oh, more recently.
Damn, you gonna make me look for it too. The Son of Yvonne.
Oh yeah.
The Son of Yvonne.
That was just a couple years ago. Yeah.
Dope.
Yeah.
Dope. Shout out to Master Ace. Dope. Son of Yvonne. The way the album was put together.
There you go.
It's not a party album, but it's a
It's got a coherent.
Yeah, it jumps from his childhood.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He takes you from his child. He even has a little boy acting like him, walking on Stone Avenue, you know, to his building in Brownsville.
I said Stone Avenue. Okay, so that's back in the days. Yeah.
Stone Avenue.
His Mother Gaston now.
Yeah, Mother Gaston. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Stone, man.
It's a dope master. And MF Doom did the whole album.
Oh,
he got Big Daddy Kane on there. Who else he got up on there? He ain't got too many features, but it's a dope album the way they put it together. I believe it's the Son of Yvonne.
Well, that's one of the rarities of a concept album. A concept of, like I said, coherent whole thing, and you know, that's maybe one thing. You know, maybe I've waited long because I ain't really trying to drop nothing half-assed. That's my thing.
Yeah, I got to see.
I'll wait 100 years before I drop something half-assed. You know, rather come out with something.
Yeah, Son of Yvonne. I got to see in the album.
Give that another listen. I don't hear the whole thing, but I heard a few joints off that. Yeah, Master Ace.
You gotta listen to it from beginning to end.
That's what I'm saying. Now I'm hearing. Now I'm gonna have to check that because I know when he released that with Doom, man. Yeah, Doom, another one. Doom says some shit, man.
Yeah, Doom. He's putting out a lot of work, man, right now.
He's supposed to do the album with Ghost. They still talk about that one. There's a bunch. He's always working. He's got a real big underground following.
MF Doom,
like,
right? Yeah.
He's got a pretty loyal fan base.
Yeah,
he's doing good.
Yeah, who else album Doom is doing?
I heard something else too. He was supposed to do a full album with someone else. Like I think one artist. I can't remember who it was though.
But you know, a lot of cats, man, you know, it's not really putting out no substance. Everybody just piggybacking off of everybody.
Following trends.
I don't want to diss nobody, but, you know, call out names.
Call out names.
Yeah, because cats catch feelings too hard, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Be ready to blow up the whole house. Like, I got the rocket launcher outside. I'm killing you, motherfucker.
Right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean,
over you expressing your opinion over the whackness of their music.
Yeah, and cats don't understand that. That's part of, you know, hip-hop culture just took a total left turn. Because that's what made me become, you know, who I am, is creative criticism, man. You know, if you can't take it, you shouldn't be doing it. It's like you basically extorting somebody for a good opinion. Yeah, right. You know, pulling out a gun on them like, yo, my shit is dope, right? You better say my shit is dope. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, come on, B. You know, you should be inquiring and asking cats
to get feedback to make you better. Constructive criticism. I'm my own worst critic. So honestly, I always got feedback from people. You know, people always telling me shit is dope, and I'm always like, it could be better. It could be better. So I'm always trying to like feel like, man, I gotta step it up. I don't care if people like it. It got. You know, I'm always. That's always my thing, man. I'm my own worst enemy when it comes to everything, but particularly music, because I'm always like holding myself back, because I'm like, man, I can do better. I can do better. You know, but yeah, these cats, like I said, they following trends. They lazy, following trends, hopping on what's hot. Just, you know, putting out that bullshit. Mind poison. Putting out that poison just because it sells.
And that's what made the late 80s going into the 90s so classic, because everybody had their own vibe. Native Tongues had their vibe. You had, you know, West Coast was coming up with Easy and them. Especially, like I said, King T, Alcoholics. Then you had you had G-Rap and them, you know, Juice Crew, Marley, Kane, Bismarck, once again Master Ace and them coming up. I mean, MC Light with Audio 2, they had their own thing going on, and you know, I'm not going through sections and whatnot. When the Wu first started, they was coming with their own sound, and when Nas came, he changed the game. BDP, you know, Ultramagnetic was on their own vibe.
Well, that was why hip hop was so dope, because everybody had their own flavor, their own style. It was unique.
And you keep saying dope. It was dope because, you know, that could have been that the golden era or age was from that. Dope could be dope babies. And the era now is crack babies. And we always said, the dope babies always said that crack was whack.
Howie T and his crew.
Yeah, that's why we like this whack music.
You know, Howie T had Chubb Rocket Special Ed. Herbie Lovebug had Salt and Pepper and kidding playing them. It was so vast.
Yeah, you had different styles. There was positive, you know, there was the hood music, there was the fun party music, like you were kind of alluding to before. Cats would dance. Cats would dance and go to a party and dance, and people would have fucking fun.
It's,
you know, now instead of just being in it, cats would,
the real thugs was even dancing back in the days. You know what I mean? Even though they get ready to scheme on somebody, like, alright. Cats, the thugs was dancing. You know what I'm saying? Don't get it twisted. I know a lot of street cats that was they wouldn't do it on the regular, but if that right nerve get touched, you know what I mean? Music is powerful. Music is really powerful. You know, a song can make somebody remember, you know, take them back to their childhood with their moms, or, you know, or take that song on. That shit remind me of my ex-girl. Yo, dog.
It take you back to a time and place with just, oh, I remember when it's dry. I was here. It was that summer I was with these people, man.
Music is powerful, man. But
and also, like, well, like, you know, while we're talking about the message that they put, like, one thing I always notice, I used to go to my boy Jim when I was in Queens. So every weekend we watch old VHS tapes or video music boxes. One thing I always comment on, that I always notice, like, when you look at videos from the late 80s and early 90s, you notice cats are wearing college sweatshirts, bigging up, you know,
go to school,
education, going to school. And it's not about
African American Alliance joint, right? What's that called?
I still got my joints. I bought some newer ones.
Sammy's with them.
Like, a lot of them rappers back, they had college degrees. That's why they were able to have successful careers, because they were more.
That's a fact.
They had their business sense about them and all that. They weren't just like, you know, oh, I'm in the streets. You gotta be beyond that. You know, you can't live in the streets.
Streets don't last forever. Streets don't last.
You know,
well, streets last forever, but
the people on it,
the people in the streets don't last forever.
Seasons change.
They just press reset. You press the reset button.
You fall through that trap door, and the next motherfucker comes and replaces you.
Cause I seen a lot of dudes, man, that I came up with. They never coming home. They gonna die behind the gates. You know what I'm saying? Then you got other cats. You know what I mean? They dead already. They in the ground. Other cats then went stir crazy. They just lost their mind because they stress. They saw so many things that just bugged them out. You know what I mean? With that drug era. You know what I mean? And some cats was just, you know, I don't want to say it, but certain cats that was creating a lot of the music, even the producers, some cats was, you know, I don't want to name names, but, you know, I heard stories, cats in the studio, cats might hit a line or two, like, the drugs was different back then, even with a lot of the funk. You know, when cats, they said certain cats would just come, isn't this not for everybody, though? I don't want to promote, just go get high and drunk, but some cats, for some reason, they'll just be in a different mindset, because the drugs was different back then, whether they was messing with coke, heroin, even the weed was way different. This stuff that cats are smoking now.
It's synthetic.
Yeah, and it's sour, loud, like, you know, like
they got that K2 and all that.
Yeah, like a lot of Rastas. If you speak to a lot of Rastafarians, they'll tell you, like, they don't smoke that stuff on the street. They get that yard straight from yard. You know what I mean? So a lot of cats just don't know, man. And it's, you know, it's just a certain, and you know, back the ancestors, you know, the indigenous people, you know what I'm saying, you know, and the native tribes. You had certain cats that they would do that for spiritual. You know, just to get their mind to a certain place.
Peyote and mescaline, all that stuff. They just, they go on a spiritual journey, spirit quest type shit. You know, but it definitely will take you in a different fucking, you know,
even certain jazz
it affects the whole mindset. The way whatever drugs are popping at the time, it's going to influence the people.
But it's not for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Because certain cats just take it and then
can't handle it. They never come back.
It'd be like that dude from Taxi. Jim.
Jim on Taxi.
Taxi. That's that Bob James soundtrack. Angela.
It ain't for every. Oh, you're speaking of Bob James.
Bob James.
Right in front of the
see.
Bob